The second chakra, representing movement and the flow of water, tells us we want to be fluid and loose in our second chakra. When people block the second chakra, they tend to get very rigid in their hips and low back and sometimes get pain there. So I like to start with this exercise to just get things loosened up. Tuck your tailbone toward the floor and then very gently in little pulses push into your feet. Very easy, just press into your feet and release with little pulses so that your sacrum moves back and forth and your whole spine is moving. This contributes to the flow of cerebrospinal fluid through your whole body, and it starts to loosen up the second chakra, ready for more work. Then it's nice to go the other way by taking your feet as wide as your mat, or if you're on the floor, just a little wider than hip width, and rotate your knees back and forth from side to side like windshield wipers, rolling across your sacrum and your hips. And just allow yourself to loosen up. This next exercise really works to bring energy into the pelvis. And if you feel like that's too much, just stop immediately and allow the energy to disperse. And if you really want to charge up your second chakra, and it's great to do before you have sexual activity, this is a good exercise to supercharge your pelvis. We begin by bringing the soles of the feet together and allowing the knees to spread out to the side. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can put a pillow under each knee or a rolled up blanket and just allow your pelvis to open. Breathe. And most people probably won't get their legs as far apart as Sarah does, who is quite the yogi. That's okay, wherever they are, just breathe and try to relax the inner thighs. And this is just the preparation. Now to supercharge, as you exhale, bring your knees together slowly and press the back of your sacrum into the floor. And when they touch, take your inhale and open your knees out to the side slowly. Go back and forth at the speed of the breath, taking long, slow, deep breaths, and working to get the movement slow and fluid. You might experience a little trembling in your inner thighs. And after you get the hang of it, we're going to speed it up a little bit because doing it faster brings a little more charge into your second chakra, but you still want to do it on the out breath as your knees come together, the in breath as you open your knees. And you can see there's a lot of charge coming through Sarah's body right now. And then when you can feel that charge in your pelvis, just bring your knees together, separate your feet once again. Allow that charge to move through the rest of your body or return to the pelvic pulses, simply taking your sacrum back and forth. The next exercise comes from yoga. It's called bridge pose, and it energizes the legs because we push into the floor. It opens the hips. It brings a little energy into the third chakra and the fourth chakra, and even stimulates the fifth chakra a little bit as we press our shoulders into the floor. And now if you really want to get some energy moving through your pelvis in bridge pose, come to a halfway position between lifting your hips as high as you can and being on the floor. Really just lifting them a few inches off the floor and just hang out there for a little bit. And as you do, you'll notice your pelvis starts to bounce up and down a little bit. Allow that to happen. This is moving energy from the ground into your second chakra. And if you want to add to that, do a little opening of the knees and closing of the knees. And this is going to bring some supercharge into your second chakra. And if at any point you feel like you're getting too charged, simply come down out of the exercise, come back down to the floor, and take a moment to feel the effects. Many of these exercises, they stimulate something, but the flow of energy happens after you stop doing the exercise. So make sure you take the time to fully absorb the charge that you're building up. Something else that helps to open the sacrum and give a little relaxation is to do a modified bridge pose with a block underneath your sacrum. Now, depending upon your flexibility and your comfort, you can use a yoga block in different ways. So take the block in your hands, press your feet into the floor, lift your hips, and place the block directly underneath your sacrum. Lower your sacrum down onto the block, adjusting it to be comfortable. You may want it on the skinny side of the block. You can turn the block on edge. Or if you're really flexible, you might want to take the block up to its long end, placing it across the sacrum. Bring your hands to the side and practice just letting go, letting gravity do the work. Breathe deeply and hold as long as is comfortable. And if at some point you have it on the high end and you want to take it down lower, that's perfectly okay. Experiment with each edge of the block and find the position that fits your body and brings you the most benefit. This next exercise adds a second chakra piece to the bioenergetic grounding we did in the first chakra. Begin in a standing position, feet shoulder width apart, and bring your heels out wider than your toes. Inhale and bend your knees, drawing earth energy up your legs. Exhale and push your roots down, pushing through the core of each leg. Inhale and bend, and this is a review of the first chakra. But we want to get some energy going in the legs first. Once you get some energy going in your legs, as you bend your knees, also take your tailbone to the back, increasing the arch of the spine. As you exhale, slowly press your pelvis forward. And inhale and exhale, taking your pelvis backward and forward, almost as if it's swinging in a swing. Now this concentrates energy in the pelvic area, but it's good to let that distribute all the way through the body. So after you get some charge into your second chakra, as you press your pelvis forward, allow a wave motion to just go all the way up your body. And don't worry about whether you're doing it right. Just feel a letting go that just moves that energy. And you can move it up and out your arms. And you want to get fluid. And then shake your hips side to side. Kick your legs a little. And place your hands over your second chakra to simply feel the effects.